Um, it's a very interesting paradigm where you guys are going with this. I'm trying to understand in today's world, which kind of customers are you able to attract with your product suite? What are they trying to do? What is the scale that you start at? Because I mean, obviously your UI looks very pretty in the two slides you showed us, but is there a particular scale that your product starts returning on investment before you want to look at it?
No, because the product can be deployed in 3 different models, from the very simple managed by one pizza box server all the way up to managing hundreds of thousands of machines in multiple data centers. So it's cost effective at any scale and gets you an ROI immediately.
A question around standards, which is that with a lot of the changes that are happening, I mean, in this session, it's really been about sort of the shift in architectural models that are really necessary in the sort of today's IT environments. Are there any emerging standards in this area that sort of are needed, I guess, in terms of what was available before and what's required?
Absolutely, there are. Hypervisors are becoming commoditized, and that's why we've taken a strategic approach of saying we're not going to marry ourselves with any particular hypervisor. We're agnostic. We kind of sit over the top of them. It doesn't matter what you want to use. And yes, standards are emerging. One that comes immediately to mind is the open virtualization format, which is a way of packaging your virtual machine images so you can describe them completely. One of the great benefits of our product is because we use that OVF standard and automatically convert anything you give us into that OVF format, we can do things like in a single drag and drop operation, we can convert a virtual machine from running on any of the 6 hypervisors we support to any other of the 6. So if you want to go from VMware to Hyper-V, you can do that in a single drag and drop operation. It all happens for you, hit the power button and it's working again.
In terms of your sort of progress since last year, what would you say had been your major sort of
when we came last time, we were a technology company. I wasn't involved at that point. We were a technology company, based in Barcelona in Spain. Great people, great technology, 0 go-to-market experience. What I've done is to bring that into the company, relocated the headquarters to the US, and really built the go-to-market organization and injected that enterprise expertise.
And in terms of, you mentioned you're looking for partners and partnerships to help you. Are there any specific areas where you feel you're lacking today that you really need help?
It's not in expertise particularly, but it's in the scale of the rollout that we're trying to achieve. There is a gigantic market for this type of product. We think we're at the forefront of the technology. The market is of the same order of magnitude as virtualization itself. And we want to dominate that marketplace, and we're looking for partners who can help us to do that, whether they be OEM partners who help us to increase our traction, or whether they be future funding partners who think big and want to help us to grow the business.
Other questions?
No.
Questions from the audience?
No, they want drinks is what they want.
They want drinks. I have a question. I hear from and about cloud management companies all the time. And you talked about some of your differentiators, but I mean, where would you classify yourself against all the other players that say we're in cloud management? What would you say is the one key thing you do differently?
I'll give you 2 key things. One is that we focus very much on not on the technology, but on the needs of the customer. We're not trying to build cool technology. If it comes out like that, terrific. We're trying to build solutions to enterprise customers' problems. That's the first thing. The second big differentiator is what we say and what we talk about, we can actually deliver. Our competitors talk about it but can't deliver it.
Gotcha. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.